Hello, 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 and welcome back to your girlfriend's favorite orgasm. Namaste. And today we are going to be talking about an absolute specimen of a disgusting creature. An absolutely horrible piece of shit. You know, the type of people that have no moral compass, and to them everything is just content. Now, this is the video that caught my attention. It's been doing the rounds, and it's this guy who pretends like he's buying food for a homeless person, and what he does is he basically eats the food in front of the homeless person after buying it for them. Sorry about that, guys. I just needed to slip my glasses on because I couldn't see. So let's just have a look at the video itself first of all.
Los Angeles, California has the third biggest homeless population in the United States. And today it's my job to make sure there's one less hungry person on the streets.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Hey, I was wondering, are you hungry by any chance, man? All right, man, I got you. Would you like a Baconator, fries, a drink? Is that cool? All right, what's your name, man? Israel. God bless you, Israel. I got you. I'll be right back, man.
One Baconator combo, please. Yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah, man, I got you a Sprite, here, large fry, got you a Baconator, man. I was homeless myself, so I want to make sure you get on the right path. You're always able to, get back on your feet. So I want you to enjoy this. This is really good. All right, take care. Have a nice day.
What a loser. He said he's grace. So as you can see, he walks up to this homeless guy just doing his thing, and is like, oh, blah, blah, let me buy you some food, da, 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 da. And then the cameraman as well. That's the thing as well. We always forget the cameramen in the background. They are equally pieces of shit too. Let's not ignore the guy with the camera. Like, at no point do you go, yo, this is fucked up. This is like not something we should be doing. At what point does like your morality kick in and you go, maybe I shouldn't exploit a homeless person on camera and then embarrass them further on camera? And the truth is, it is an unfortunate truth, but we live in an age right now where people are so desperate for attention, especially now with, YouTube, streaming, all of these things. People are so desperate for it that they will do whatever they can to get a reaction from the most amount of people. And a lot of times it's very easy for us to look at this and hate it, which is why they do it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like getting a reaction from people is not an easy thing to do, which is why we've seen such a rise, especially on TikTok, and the way the algorithm works on TikTok, on the content on social media, of people doing the most egregious fucking shock factor videos in order to just get a reaction out of people, because that is the easiest way and the cheapest way that you can get people to react to your content, which is just either say the most egregious fucking shit or do the most insane things that are going to get people pissed off. Like, there's no reason you're making this content. There is no actual goal to the end of this. Like, I can tell you now, I'm doing this video because I want to talk shit about this guy. That's the reason I'm doing this video. That video that we just saw, there was literally no reason other than he wanted to get the most reaction out of the most amount of people by pissing them off. And he's gotten that engagement. That was what he wanted. He wanted the attention, and now he's gotten it. But to what gain? Because this is not a long-term thing. Like, people are not now going to be watching his other videos for his content. People are going to be like, yo, this guy's a piece of shit. Let's talk about him now. And in a week, nobody's going to remember this anymore. You then just fall into the same line, fall into that backdrop of niggas who have been doing stupid shit on the internet for attention, and you get that short-term clout, and then nobody remembers you. And regardless of whether this is real, whether this is fake, whether this is staged or not, it's still terrible content. It's still that there is no reason for it, and it doesn't enforce anything positive whatsoever. It's like, what you're literally, even if it's fake, you're literally showing that is content. That is the content that you want to be doing, which is taking advantage and exploiting homeless people and embarrassing them on camera. I personally blame Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and all them Viners who started this whole thing of just short-term fucking just boosting. Short-term, just making people pissed off or getting a reaction from people in the short term and then hoping it'll work long-term. That's what happened. When all these Viners started doing all this stupid, baseless content, that was when we started seeing a rise of this type of pranks, these types of things, because Logan Paul was doing the exact same nonsense shit back in the day. He was just pissing people off. He was just going around and just pissing people off. People that were just trying to get on with their lives. This guy would go up to them, just fuck shit up, and then just go. Content, see this guy, and when you go on his channel, you can clearly see that this guy has been trying to go for that shock factor. Let's rewind that a little bit. It's quite clear that this guy's trying to go for that shock factor, and you know, that's what he's been doing from day one. As you can see, his very first video is "My friend sold me as a slave." You know, this is a black man making a video about my friend sold me as a slave. Bro, like, you already know what's going to come now. And he's been trying this shit for a year straight. Trying his hardest so people can see me. Look at me.
Thumbnail, bitch.
It's for a high school history project. This is for a high school. Get ready to call the police. No, listen. It's for a high school history project. You go to Litchfield High. For what? You go to Litchfield High.
He's calling the police. He's PC. I knew it. They're PC out here. Run to the car. Go to the car. He's calling the cops. Yo, I pour me some links. Yeah, I'm high as shit. I would like 3 passes to the Underground Railroad, please.
You're wanting passes to the Underground Railroad?
I'm with my master. He brought me here. He said I can find freedom. Show him our poster board.
Whoa, that's your exhibit?
Yes, exhibit.
So what are you doing with it?
So what we're talking about the Underground Railroad. You know how there's routes that led to Illinois, correct? Well, my master will tell me.
Another one here where he's walking around with a Confederate flag. Why do people not like it? Oh my God, everybody look at me, a black man with a Confederate flag. Here's another one. He looks like he's dressed up as a white person. Once again, it's that same shock factor where you're so desperate for any kind of attention that you're just gonna do shit that people are gonna go, whoa, what the fuck? So I think he recently did a video, actually, I think maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, where he explained the situation or gave his side of the story at least. So let's have a look at that.
I'm not gonna apologize because you guys don't like my fake video. The same people getting mad are the same people who were mad at the Jeffrey Dahmer actor who played him in the series.
The people weren't mad at Evan Peters for, you know, playing Dahmer in the Netflix series. People were mad at Netflix and the concept of the show existing in the first place because it was exploiting real life victims and the real life trauma that they suffered, and a lot of these victims did not want this series to come out. So people were upset about the series, not about the actor that was playing Jeffrey Dahmer. That was never a thing. That's something you just made up to try to fit your own narrative.
There is no reason to be sending me death threats, getting upset, sending me hate over a skit. Just because you didn't like the skit doesn't mean you gotta hate me. It's that simple.
Like, I don't understand. What do you mean, bro? Like, you created the skit. What are you talking about? If you didn't like the skit, doesn't mean you shouldn't hate me. What? It's your work. It's your content.
A lot of the videos you're watching were cut and edited to under 1 minute. The whole video is like 1 minute and 30 seconds. You're watching a clipped and edited version. And I don't care about any of y'all in my DM saying, oh, I don't like your video, fake or not. I don't care. It's like watching a TV show. You don't like the role, you don't like the script, then don't watch it. It's that simple.
The thing is, when you watch a TV show or a film, you watch it because there's a story. Like, imagine you watch a video of a guy just go up to a random homeless person, he spits on the homeless person, takes a shit on his chest, and then at the end he goes, oh yeah, but it was a skit. You can't hate me because the homeless person, he agreed to it. Like, what? I'm acting a role. It's like the guy is still homeless and you still just took a shit on him on camera. And he agreed because he's homeless and he needed the money. So you taking a shit on him because he needed the money, now depending on how much you offer him, of course he's going to agree to that. doesn't change how there's clearly a power dynamic here, and you as the person in power took advantage of a literal homeless person, and you're saying that because you offered him food and because you're now calling it a skit, people shouldn't hate on you for it? Fuck, man.
So once again, if you don't like dark humor, you don't like edgy humor, you don't like R-rated humor, maybe don't follow me or subscribe or watch me. I didn't tell these accounts and pages to clip and cut my video. They did that on their own will. So like I said, you're critiquing me and criticizing me for a video that I made and I did not cut or edit. It's pointless.
This guy has to actually be the stupidest motherfucker I have ever heard in my life. You just said it yourself. You made the video. A video that I made. That's what you just said. So then how are you surprised that people don't like you for making the video? Now it wasn't even an apology. He basically just doubled down on everything he did and said that because the video is fake, that makes it fine. He compared it to Jeffrey Dahmer and people hating the actor for Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't understand. Does he think he's playing a character? Because the other guy is really homeless. Like, that pipe we saw him smoking at the start, that was a meth pipe. So he is really homeless. And regardless of whether it's real or fake, the guy is still homeless. The guy was probably just happy to get a meal. That was it. You said you fed him. He was probably just happy to be fed. But then it doesn't change the fact that you still used him in a video. Once again, what is the actual content? Because all I see is you pretending to buy a homeless man food and then eat it in front of his face. Like, I don't understand what that is for. Like, where is the joke in that? That is, like, if it's supposed to be a skit, it's supposed to be funny, what is the joke? That is the punchline? That you ate the food in front of the homeless guy? Is that the punchline? Dark humor. What do you mean dark humor? That's one of the most unfunniest things I've ever. Nobody saw that and laughed. And if they did, they're a piece of shit. You don't see that and laugh. That's not dark humor. There's no punchline. Because if you're saying there is, then that means the punchline is you eating food in front of a homeless person that you promised to give the food to. He did that for one reason and one reason only. He's an attention-seeking fucking whore. That's what he is. That's what people that do this... Like, bro, you are a black man talking about my friend sold me as a slave. And it's just you and a bunch of fucking weirdos going around giggling at each other while you go up to people talking, like, making them feel hella uncomfortable. Like, what do you mean? Like, what's the joke, bro? Nobody is laughing. Nobody is laughing because it's seriously, painfully unfunny. Like, why do you have the dog there in the video? What are you trying to make yourself look like? A decent human being? Because you're fucking far from it. Far from it. And I can see very clearly when an individual did not get any love, any care, or any attention from their parents because they turn into this guy. And the easiest way to get that attention is by acting out. I mean, we see children do it all the time. You know, they throw tantrums, do whatever they can to get their parents' attention. But, you know, it's one of those things where you then start to do things online that you know that it's going to take a while for you to gain an, you know, actual authenticity and actually gain an authentic audience around you. So what you're going to do is instead, you're just going to go for the most outlandish shit that is likely going to get people talking, which is why, once again, we've seen a rise of all this type of content, and there's going to be more and more people are going to do this. The other day, there was a rapper that was also doing these types of pranks, and he was fucking with people as well, and he ended up getting arrested. Another guy was shot the other day because, once again, he was probably fucking with somebody he shouldn't have been. And it's like, stop messing with people for attention. Right? The audience that you're gonna get that are gonna be going, oh my god, they're not gonna give a shit when you get arrested. They're not gonna give a shit when you fucking end up dead. They will not care.